Hey everybody, I just wanted to share with you a bolt-action rifle that I bought years ago and I absolutely love it. This is a SAKO, or SAKO, depending on how you want to pronounce it, TRG-22. What this is a short-action Finnish bolt-action, obviously, bull-barrel sniper rifle. SAKO became a company or was recognized in 1930. Before that, the building and the employees were part of the Civil Guard of Finland. This was all kind of rolls back to 1919 when Finland broke away or got its independence from Russia. And then they started repairing Russian rifles and making ammunition and doing different things like that. And in 1930, they were founded as SAKO. So this bolt-action rifle is, like I said, a TRG-22, which means it's a short action. And you can get it in 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, and I believe there was a very short run of 260 Remington, and I really wish I could have got one of those. That 260 Remington is a really awesome cartridge. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend looking into it. Anyhow, this rifle, the way it's set up right now, I just got done weighing it, is 15.5 pounds, so they're not exactly a lightweight rifle. They do have a bull barrel, cold hammer forged, chrome lined. The action is forged, and the action is bedded in this aluminum chassis here. So that's what it bolts to. The stock is a two-piece set. This bolt-action rifle feeds from a 10-round removable box magazine. It removes kind of like an AK magazine. The safety is right here. Back is safe, forward is fire, right inside the trigger guard. And yeah, the cock on open, really sweet. One-piece machine bolt, 3-lug lockup on this bolt. The safety actually locks out not only the trigger, but also the firing pin and the bolt itself, so you can't even open it. It features pretty much everything is adjustable on this rifle. The trigger is adjustable for distance either forward or rearward, and you can also clock it left or right. The cheek piece can move left or right. The buttstock can move up, down, and also be clocked left or right. These rifles MSRP at $3,100, so they are not cheap, and I totally get it. I know $3,100, that's an awful lot of money. But please take it from me, the machining, the quality, and the accuracy of this bolt-action rifle is pretty much, pretty much in that area of that $3,000 range. The rifles do come with a rail, but I actually had some concerns about the rail that they put on there. What they do is they have a four fastener set up on the rails that come with these rifles, and then there's 2 pins that go into the action. And that's all well and good, but what I wanted is more of a MOA taper, so I started looking through companies, and I found a company in Canada called NEAR, N-E-A-R Manufacturing. And what they do is pretty interesting. There's actually 5 lugs in this action, 5 little troughs, if you will, that are in this action that are cut out. And this mount, this NEAR manufacturing mount, has 7 fasteners that bolt it onto the action. And since I'm not going to take that off to show you, I just have a picture here on the NEAR manufacturing website. That's what it looks like. And these are the lugs that are protruding and going down into that action. And you can see all the holes for your fasteners. So when you buy this rifle, it's just going to be the bolt-action rifle. That's it. You're not going to get a bipod. You're not going to get a muzzle brake. The bipod is $500 MSRP. That's a lot. I know. Trust me. The muzzle brake, that's going to be $200. Now, I just put the muzzle brake on now just for this video. Other than that, I have never even shot this rifle with that muzzle brake on. It's a 308. It really doesn't need it with how heavy it is, and it's only in 308. You can also get, they also make a TRG-42, which is, in case then, a long action, which is chambered in 300 Win Mag, and you can also get it in 338 Lapua. So this rifle has been used in many countries by the country's special forces and snipers and whatnot, in different, also it's been in a few different wars. I believe the Iraq War and the war in Afghanistan, these were used. The other countries that use this rifle are Albania, Australia, America, the Czech Republic, Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, obviously, France, India, Italy, Georgia, Jordan, Lithuania, Malaysia, Netherlands, Norway, Poland, Russia, Siberia, Senegal, if I even said that correctly, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Turkey, and Ukraine. So yeah, that's the SAKO TRG-22. It's an absolutely amazing rifle to fire. A lot of people will say that, you know, a chrome line barrel won't fire very accurately. I can tell you from personal experience, just using factory ammunition, this is a minute gun all day long. So, what do you buy a very expensive rifle? What kind of scope do you buy it? What kind of glass? Well, I was looking at Leupold because I own a lot of Leopolds. I like Leupold. I looked at a few Schmidt & Benders, the PM2 specifically, and Kahles. I didn't really like the mechanics of the Leopolds that were out at that time when I purchased this. The Schmidt & Benders, they were awesome, you know, very rugged scopes, but I just didn't know enough about them, and there's a weird feel to them. I also looked at some Night Forces and also some US optics. I wasn't feeling those optics as much. Not that they're bad, I just wasn't feeling them. Kahles, they're kind of hard to get your hands on once in a while, but I kind of took a gamble on IOR Valdata. I read a bunch of reviews. I could not find anyone who owned one of these scopes. So I took a gamble and I bought it. And the glass is made at the Zeiss company, and then they get the glass at IOR Valdata, and these are made in Romania, and the mechanics of these are just amazing. Super clear glass. From personal experience, even when there's a lot of mist. Now, scopes obviously will multiply any kind of bad weather conditions you have, and the glass is really important for color dispersion. You'll get a lot of color dispersion in other optics that don't have, you know, as finely polished glass, or as glass it is as clear that it should be. So I went with IOR Valdata. This is a 3x18x42, and this is a 35mm tube. They also make a lot of other scopes. If you want something that's like a 10 to 52 magnification, they make it, and that'll be like a 40 or 45mm tube. And I'm pretty sure that's an awesome scope too, but this is the scope I went with. So the rifle, $3,100, bipod, $500, muzzle brake, $200. This scope, MSRP right now, is $1,900. Now, I didn't pay $1,900 for the scope, and I definitely didn't pay $500 for the bipod. I kind of got a deal once I got the rifle, for the bipod at least. And the scope was actually used. It was secondhand, and I got a really good deal on the scope, and it did come with the rings. So all-together, and the rails, the near rails, they're not that expensive considering the amount of precision machining that goes into these. They're about $175, $180, and then you got to pay shipping depending on where you are. So all in all, this, I guess, rifle package you're looking at is about $5,800. Now that's an awful lot of money, and I can understand that someone might not want to pay that. Looking at it now, and I just added it up literally right before I turned the camera on, I was kind of just taken back by the price. But I can honestly say I've never had an issue with this rifle. It's been nothing but accurate. I absolutely just adore it. The wife loves this rifle. She shoots it every time that it comes out. And yeah, there's not much else to say about it. It's a really great rifle. So if you guys have any questions about it, or if you have experiences of your own with these rifles, you know, let us know down in the comments. Yeah, it's a great little rifle, and what can you say? You know, it's a real expensive sniper rifle, and it's really fun to plink with. You know, the furthest I've ever shot this rifle personally was only 600 yards. I know it's not a distance for you guys that do a lot of long range shooting, but I'm just a guy in a garage. You know, I don't go to competitions, and I, you know, go shooting as often as I can. And up here in the frozen white north, there isn't a lot of distance shooting. So unless you want to pay an awful lot of money and go to a really big, fancy, expensive range, then you can get some distance here in Minnesota. But anyhow, like I said, if you guys got any thoughts on this, let me know in the comments. And remember, loose is fast, brakes only slow you down, and shotguns have a wider spread. We'll see you next time in the shop. Be safe and have fun on the range.